And we'll go to chapter 7. I think it's chapter 7:1 or 7:2. I'm going to go to 7:1.
So good. They had it on Netflix for a long time. I
It must be 7:2 then. There we go. No, that's not it.
Huh? Oh, those look so cool. Have you seen, just for a white and do gold stuff, have you seen my other house? Oh, man. Well, I already have one. But thankfully, McKenna is talking to my best friend, so she's not going to be hard to convince.
I don't like these questions. All right, let's try one of these questions. I don't like them, but I don't like the way they're written, but let's try it. Go ahead and write that one down. Okay, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm talking right now, so that means what? Y'all don't talk. Okay. Try that one. It says, determine the area under the normal curve. Notice it doesn't say uniform, it says normal. Uniform will say uniform. That means the box. Where A is equal to, or Z is equal to 0.31, Z is equal to 1.47, Z is equal to negative 1.14, and Z is equal to 0.58. So they want to know the area. They're not saying greater than, they're saying at. So that means the area to the left. So you either use your table or use your calculator, but you need to draw a picture so you understand what it's actually saying. Of course, for those of you that invented this, you don't need a picture because you invented this whole process. 0.31, 1.47, negative 1.14, and 0.58. Miss Johnson, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, just jump in with questions whenever you have them. Oh, I also have something else to tell y'all. There is a question on the test. Okay? The question says, what do you do if you have a challenge question on a test and you think you are right? What are you supposed to do? After what? Okay, does it say anything about emailing each question to you? Okay, I know some of y'all are introverts, and I know some of y'all are millennials. Okay, so the only way y'all know to communicate is how? By your phone and text. And that's fine, I like text. But 15 questions, sending me 15 questions on email, or telling me about them on the text message is a little bit retarded, okay? So don't do that, okay? Retarded means out of time. That's what the word means. It's out of time. You are out of time. You need to come to me after class and say, Hubert, I have some questions. I have to go through that and tell all my classes today because I received about 3 emails from students that are just, I guess, wanting me to change their grade and not even come to me at all. Just, don't want to interact with anybody That's going to work real well for you out in the real world. Real well. We'll put you in a closet somewhere and never let you out. There was about, I think they picked up about 6 senators. Oh, and did you see where they found out that 3 of the 4 ladies that said that guy, that Kavanaugh raped them, said that it was a lie? You know, just destroy somebody's life, you know. Just because I'm a Democrat, I'm going to destroy your life because I don't like you. Yes?
Between the lower and upper number and calculator, you put a comma?
It depends on your calculator. I can't see it. But if you have the one that says upper limit and lower limit, you just type them in. But if you don't, you put a comma in between them. You must have an older one or one that doesn't ask. Some of the newer ones doesn't ask. I don't know. I don't know what's up with these calculators. They're Russian. That's what it is. All right, so I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to draw 4 of them. Now, for those 1 or 2 people that actually took my advice and printed out those, and you can just draw them on there, and you won't have to draw 4 different. And I'm not even going to be able to get them all on here. Zero, 1, 2, -1, -2. 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. First one says A is equal to 0.31. So I'm going to take my handy dandy blue marker. And 0.31 is going to be right in here. So they're wanting to know the area to the left. Why? Because it doesn't say greater than. Okay, wait a minute. It says to the right. Okay, it does. I just saw that. Okay. So that means they're wanting this area right here. Okay? They're wanting the right. So that means if you're using the table, you got to do 1 minus the left-hand side. Okay? Because the table only gives you the left-hand side. So if you're using your calculator, then we do second vars. And somebody tell me which one it is. I don't have the screen in front of me.
Normal CDF.
Normal CDF. And then we're going to do 0.31, comma, like you were saying. If you have an older one, it's going to, or one that doesn't, you can flip something on the display, and I think you can have it ask for the parameters. And then some of them are older, so I don't know which one. But 0.31, and what's this arrowhead called over here? 9999, or positive infinity. So that's going to be 9999. You use 5. And we use more, at least 3 or more 9s. And somebody give me that area in 4 digits.
3783.
0.3783. So therefore, the blue, and so you'll just get an understanding, well, 37 cent, 35 cent would be 65 cents, so that means it's going to be 60 what? 63 cent, pretty much 62 cents, 6217. Somebody check me.
Yep.
And that is a good habit to get into, finding the left and right hand side, so you understand the concept of the area. Of course, some of y'all invented this, so you don't need it. So 0.3783, you type that in. and you feel good about yourself. So you don't have to carry a jug of water around. 0.3783. I still ain't figured that out yet. All right, to the right of 1.47. So 1.47, take our handy dandy blue marker. 1.47 is going to fall right in here. The left-hand side is what the table gives you. And the right-hand side is what they want. So, we got our handy-dandy 1 point. We'll just do the same thing down here, and I'm just going to put the parentheses. And that's going to be 1.47, comma, 9999. And somebody give me that red side. Now, remember, your empirical rule, you can actually take your empirical rule. What is this right here? 2.5, right? This is 2.5, and I would say 1.47, that's close to 1.5. So that's going to be, what's half of 14? 7? What's 7 in 2.5? 9.5, so I'd shave off the 0.5, and I'd say it's going to be around 9%. So we're talking maybe 0.09 something. Somebody tell me what you get.
0708.
Okay. 0.0708. So therefore, the left-hand side is going to be 0.9292. Okay. Okay, the last one, or not the last one, but the next one is negative 1.14. Negative 1.14 is going to be right there. And the left-hand side is going to be at least 13, at least maybe 12%. So we're talking about 88% on the right-hand side, probably by the empirical rule, and everybody should be doing that in their head. The right-hand side right here is going to be from negative 1.14, comma, 9999. And somebody give me that. It's going to be around 88 or 87. What is it?
8729.
0.8729. 87 cent is going to be 13 cents, but you can't have 13 cents, so it's going to be 1271.1271. Y'all check my math. All right. Yes, ma'am.
If you're going in the negative direction, wouldn't your 999 need to be negative as well, or is it just positive all the time?
No, I'm reading the right-hand side.
Oh, okay.
The right-hand side is what it's asking.
Okay.
So that's why I'm doing 999. Now, if you wanted to just find the blue side, it would be negative 999 to 1.14. Negative 1.14. Okay. So, question so far. All right, y'all do the last one, 0.58. And remember, do the empirical rule in your head so you can check and make sure you have some idea. I saw that.
Sorry about it.
That offends me. I'm sorry. That offends me. I need a puppy.
A puppy?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, a puppy and a puppy, a pillow, and a closet, so I can cry.
Me old. She's so fluffy.
Be a snowflake.
She's so fluffy. I'm just kidding.
Did you say we're college students? There were college students at some of the colleges need PTSD counseling after the election.
Oh my God. Really? I remember that.
No, that's now, not after. I'm talking about now.
Okay, just during the exam, make the exam puppies.
0.58 is going to be right in here. So somebody tell me, give me the empirical rule percentage right there. Well, half of 38 is what? Or is it 38? 34. 34 is what? 17? So add 17 plus 16. What do you get?
I feel like 70 names are fun.
17 plus 16 is what? Dang on 33? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking around 30.30 to 0.33, somewhere in there is what you're supposed to be getting. So somebody take 0.58 and go to 9999 for me and tell me what you get. .58 to 9999.
My chart gave me 0.7190.
Okay, so that's to the left. 0.7190. Did y'all get that on the left-hand side? Okay, so that means 70 cent is 29 cent, but you can't use 29 cent, so it has to be 0.2810.
Yes.
0.2810. 28%, I said 30 to 33%. Now, am I wrong? No. What you're trying to see, if you come up with 57%, then you know what? Something is wrong. It's just a common sense way of checking your work. Now, this is the first type problem. Remember I told you there's 3 types of problems. All right? This is the first type, whether it's left or right. What about in between? Let's find the in between. Now I'm going over what we went over last time, okay? Whatever day y'all were here last Wednesday? Last Wednesday? Yeah. So let's go over the second type, and then we'll go over the third type. And those 3 types, well, there's 4 types. When we go over the 4th type, that's 80% of your test. So if you don't learn these 4 types that we're going over Wednesday and today, then you're pretty much going to suck. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. You're pretty much not going to do well. How about that? Or I should just give everybody an A for participating. Trying to find, well, let me go ahead and show you the third type, or let me show you this one. All right, look at this one and tell me what you're going to do. You're going to first draw what?
A thingy.
You're going to draw a thingy. Okay, now we're drawing thingies. You're going to draw how about a curved thingy? Is that better? Curved thingy? What?
What did you say?
I didn't hear. All I heard was,
That hill thing.
yeah, she's drinking that cup. Red Solo cup. Yeah, the alcohol don't eat through those cups. No. We're not supposed to talk about Miss Kathy's problem while she's here.
While she's here.
Wait.
Yeah, that's called. What is it called? What is it called when 2 or 3 of you get together and you tell the person they have a problem? What's it called?
An intervention.
Intervention. Yeah, we got to wait for the intervention with Miss Kathy.
Confession session.
Yeah.
Sometimes our friends have to have confession
Sometimes we
sessions.
All right, here we go. Draw a picture.
That too.
Now, the empirical rule has a lot to do with this. If you don't know your empirical rule, you're pretty much going to suck on it. Because what are they giving you this time? They're giving you a percentage, which means a percentage, a probability, or an area. All 3. So you given an area, you got to find the what? You got to find the z-score. So I got to draw a picture of the area. So that means I'm going to take my handy dandy blue pen, and 2.5s, 13.5, 34, 34, 13.5, and 2.5. Now, go from the left. Why? Because we read from what? And the area on the table is from left to right. Now, if you use your calculator, you don't have to do this, okay? But you got to crawl before you can walk. So read from left to right and add up and get to 80. Well, I think right here is 81%, right? Somebody check my math. 68 plus 16. I may be wrong. 84%. Thank you. 84%. Oops. All right, so if that's 84%, we'll just say 80 is right in there. Is that good enough for y'all? Okay, so you draw a picture and you put 0.8000. Now, if you have your table, you have to go into your table. Now, first of all, is it a positive or a negative z-score? It's positive, so you don't be looking in the negatives because it's a positive z-score. Somebody tell me around what z-score it is. 0.8 maybe? Negative, positive 0.8. So you're looking in the 0.8 area, but you don't need to do that. Go into your body of your table and look for 0.8000. Now look for $80. I tell people to look for like money, $80. Okay? What's the closest one to $80? Or 0.8000? What's the closest one? Okay, I heard
0.7881.
0.7881. So that's $78.81. What's the other one that's above it?
0.7910.
Gotta have one below and one above. You suck. You should quit school.
0.7.
Point what?
We're looking for 0.79.
No, you're looking for 0.8000.
That's what I gave you.
Okay, give me the one below it and the one above it.
That's what I gave you.
No, you gave me 2.79. I gotta have some.
Jackson's got his table.
0.08.
Yeah, see, Jackson's confused too. And he's
Okay, just give me one, and just give me one or the other.
I don't even know what you want anymore.
There's a 0.8.
Okay, those of you that are getting it, speak up. I'm getting so sick of this. Okay? All right, what is it?
0.8023.
Okay, 0.8023 is above it. That's $80.23. Okay, give me the one below it.
0.7881.
0.7881. All right, you cashiers. What's closer to $80? $78.81 or $80.23? Really? Do not run the cash register because this is 19 cents away. This is 23 cents away. Go with this one. Okay? You should not be running the cash register if you picked $80.23. All right? So give me the number that corresponds with $78.81. Give me the number up here and over here.
0.80.
Okay, 0.80 here or 0.8 and then 0?
0.8 and then 0.
Okay, 0.80. That's what I said. Well, I was lucky. All right. So now you got your z-score. Now, once you get your z-score, you put it in your calculator, you put it in here. There's your answer, 0.80.
How would you do that on a calculator?
That's what I'm fixing to show you.
I
Okay.
thought that you were asking for that point.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. No, just forget it. I'm done with you. You got something wrong with you. Must be gas in your system. All right, or what is it called? Natural gas, not just gas, but natural gas. Okay, so 0.8, you type in 0.8. If you want to use your calculator, you hit second bars and then you hit inverse norm. And then you type in 0.8000. Now the reason I tell people to get used to typing in 4 digits is because sometimes they're not going to give you 0.8. Sometimes they're going to say 0.0732. So you need to learn to type 4 digits. And somebody tell me what it gives you.
0.8416.
0.84 what?
16.
Okay, so therefore somebody didn't look up the right number on the table. Okay, that's all right. I'm used to getting wrong answers, especially in this class. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, give me the two numbers again in the table.
0.7995.
0.7995 and
0.8023.
okay, now, cashiers, what's closer to $80? $79.95 or $80.23? Good, $79.95, and that should correspond with 0.8. 0.8, and then up here it would be
0.4.
0. Or what?
0.4. 0.4. My bad. Or 0.04.
Okay, 0.04.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now that changes everything. 0.84 is your answer. So that should be 0.84. So somebody check and type in 0.79 or 0.8. What'd you get with 0.8? I'm sorry, when you typed it in inverse norm? 0.84. There we go. 0.84. Okay. Let's try another one. This time I'm not going to ask y'all for answers. I'm just going to let y'all do it. Because y'all set me up for failure. All right, try that one. 31%. Draw a picture. Because you do need to draw a picture. You need to get used to drawing these pictures because when we get to the in-betweens and you get to the fourth type where you have, it's not just a z-score, you're going to have to draw a picture. So 31%. So again, 2.5, 13.5, 34, 34, 13.5, and 2.5. Now, 31%. Well, we know this is 16%. 16 and 15. So you're talking about pretty much somewhere in there. Because half of this is 17. 17 and 16 is what? 13. That's 33. So back it off a little bit. So right in here maybe I'm going to say approximately, that's 0.5. So that'd be a negative 0.5, maybe negative 0.6. I don't know. That's where I'm guessing. All right. So I'm going to look in my table for 0.3100. That's the magic number. So $31. Look in your table and tell me which one's above it and which one's below it. Come on. It's not that difficult. It'd be a negative side because it's a negative. See, it's to the left. It's to the left of 0, so it's going to be a negative. So look on the negative side and tell me where you see the closest thing to 0.3100. Okay, I'm waiting.
I think it's 0.3085.
3085 on the low side, and what's on the upper side? Be 0.31 something.
Uh, 0.3121.
0.3121. Does everybody agree with those two? Okay, so which is closer? Okay, that's right. Which is closer to $31? $31.21 or $30.85? That sounds a whole lot better. Okay, so what does that correspond to? Z-score here, one digit.
Negative 0.5.
Okay, that's 0.5, and then what does it correspond with up here?
0.00.
0.00. So that means negative 0.5. I said negative 0.6. That's good enough for government work. So type in inverse norm, and let's see what we get. Inverse norm 0.3100. Somebody tell me 4 digits or 2 digits.
Negative 0.49.
49, which is 0.5. So by the table and by the calculator, you get 0.5.
So what would you put? You put 0.5 as your
Yes. Because it says round to 2 decimal places. So 0.4, what was it? 0.49 what? 0.495 would go to 0.5 or whatever. So you type in negative 0.5 and it says I'm wrong. Whatever.
Put 49.
0.40, then y'all must have looked up the wrong.
It has negative and positive. I looked up the right.
Oh, I didn't see the tails. I'm sorry, the tails. But find the score that separates the middle. Okay, I read this question totally wrong. All right. Let me tell you what the question would say if we did this. Just erase this question. Don't erase the work. Find the z-score at 0.3100. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, I didn't even read the tail. I didn't even see that when we did the question. So just put that in your notes, and that's what we found. The score at 0.3100 because they're using the middle. They're finding between. So let's just change. It'd be easier for us to change the question than y'all to erase the work. So we just changed the question. Find the score at 31%. Okay, I didn't even see that. All right, now let's do a in between. Now that there's one there, let me go and do an in between. Next question. We've already done one of those. That's 27. That would be 0.2700. So you might want to write that down. When it has it in the subscript, that means 27%, 27th percentile, or 0.2700. So somebody do inverse norm and do 0.2700 and tell me what it is. Tell me the z-score. 0.2700.
Negative 0.612.
Says round to 2. I hope I do that with negative. Negative button don't work. Not again. Okay, I just didn't hit it hard enough. Okay, I guess I don't know what I'm doing or I'm not rounding right. One of the two. Let me see what it wants. Did you say negative or did you say 0.61? 0.27. Let me pull up the calculator and see what the problem is. You got negative? Okay, well then evidently the question's wrong and I don't know why it's wrong, but you type in second bars, inverse norm, and what I say, 0.2700? And enter. Negative 0.61. Well, I guess they left off the negative. Well, it's negative 0.61. Think about it. Common sense. 27%. We read which way? Left to right. Where's 27%? It's on the left-hand side of 0 because 50% is at 0. So they're wrong. They need to fix that. They suck. At least I didn't get it wrong that time. At least I read the question. I want to find an in-between. If I can find the in-between eventually. Okay, here we go. Okay. Well, we'll find. Okay, this is the type question you'll see on the test. Or this is the fourth type question. All right? 50 and a standard deviation of 7. So when you see those two things, the first thing you do is draw what? A curve thingy. Okay, so draw a curve thingy. And this time, instead of 0, 1, 2, and negative 1, 2, you're going to type it, you're going to put in 50, and you're going to add 7 and add 7. So that's 50. And what's 50 plus 7? 57. And what's 57 plus 7? 64. What's 50 minus 7? And 43 minus 7?
36.
So, now I'm going to put, just for giggles, I'm going to take a 0, negative 1, negative 2. And when some of you, one or two of you that's going to do this, when you go and pull up a curve thingy and you copy it over to a word processor and you do 8 of them and you print them out, there are some with the z-scores on it also, and I would highly suggest using those so you don't forget that it's also a z-score. So I'm going to go ahead and put my percentages. Now, a lot of you might have looked up and you saw on the when I did the other day when I pulled one off the internet, some of y'all might have seen that you have percentages that are not like mine. The reason that is different books carry it at different places. Some break this 2.5 into 2.2 and leave 0.3 out with outliers, okay? Most 90% of your books, 80% of your books are going to use those percentages. So you just need to be aware of that. All right, now, all this is done. We don't need that anymore. That's what that's for. Set up that's why you got to, it's almost essential that you print some of these things out, okay? Unless you just want to bitch. Be sure to draw a normal curve with the area corresponding, and I want to find the area above 34. I want to know how many people are above 34, whether it's an age or whether it's a whatever, okay? So that means I've got to first of all, take my handy dandy green marker, and I'm going to plot 34. 34 would be right in here, right? And they want to know how many are above 34. What's the probability that you are above 34? Well, your calculator can't do that, and neither can your table, because you have to change 34 into a what? A z-score. So we got to go back to our formula. Z is equal to x minus x bar over standard deviation. Z is equal to 34 minus 50 over 7. Somebody do that for me. I think it's going to be 2.1, negative 2.1 or something like that, because I plotted it on there, 2.1 or 2.2.
Negative 2.29.
Okay, negative 2.29. Well, a lot of you say, well, how did you know to go to 2.29? Because z-scores are always 2 digits. Okay? Area is always what? 4. So if I'm looking for a z-score, I know to carry it to 2 digits. Now I take my handy dandy calculator or table. Well, if you use your table, you're just going to get the left-hand side, which is going to be less than 2%. So I say the answer is going to be around 98%. But if you have your calculator, you're going to go from negative 2.29 to what? positive infinity, and somebody give me that 4 digits, please.
Negative, wait, no, not negative.
It's going to be 4 digits, huh?
0.9889.
And that's your answer. 99%. I said 98, but 99%. This is the third type question. There's a fourth type. The fourth type is when they ask for what is the test score, or what is the age that represents 45%, or what is the age that represents 90%. And that's when you have to use Oz plus mu. So I'm going to type in, which one is it? C? C. And then they should, is that all they asked for? Continue. And then type in 0.9889. And you should feel good about yourself. All right, try that one. And I'm keeping up with the time. Some of y'all don't go into convulsions. P is the probability that your probability is less than, that the age is less than or equal to 39. You got 43 with 7. So take my handy dandy curve thingy. 43, 50, 57. 43 minus 7 is what? 30 what? 6? 36 minus 7 is 29. They want to know 39 or less. So I take my blue marker, and 39 is going to be right in there, or less. Well, there's 2.5, 13.5, and I'm just going to say 3. I have no idea. Maybe 4. So that's going to be 16 and 4. I say 20%. And I'm being very rough there because I'm not even thinking about where that 34 is going to fall. So I'm just saying, or 39, I'm sorry. 39 should be on the other side here. Because 36 to 43 is 6. So that'd be 39 right in there. Okay. So half is, that's going to be, let's see, half 17. 17 plus 16 is 33, so I'd say around 33%. Around 33% by just looking at it. So we got to change 39 into a what? A z-score. 39 minus 43 over 7, and that's going to be equal to negative what?
0.57.
I'm sorry, what?
0.57.
0.57. Now somebody take negative infinity, negative 9999 to negative 0.57, or look in your table at 0.57 and tell me what you get.
0.2843.
0.2843. I was a little bit off. I said 33%, but 0.2843. So which picture lines up with that? B? A lot of your questions, these are test questions right here. A lot of them are going to be just like this. 0.2843. But we hadn't got to the question that's going to get you. Okay? The question that's going to get you, and that's between. I'd like to do a between, but I'd rather do it when we're going over questions. I want to go ahead and show you the question that's going to get you if we ever get there. Eventually. We've got plenty of betweens. Okay, here we go. All right, I think this is what they're asking. Or are they asking for a z-score? I don't think they're asking for a z-score. But I'm going to go ahead and show you. All right, this is the fourth type question. You got to find the test score or the age or whatever they're asking that represents the 15th percentile. Okay, they're asking for a z-score here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what the fourth type is. All right, so draw a picture. And we've got what, 59 and 6? 59 plus 6 is 65. 65 plus 6 is 71. 59 minus 6 is 53. 53 minus 6 is what, 47? Make sure I did that right. And then the 15th percentile. Well, the 15th percentile, let's see, that's 2.5. 16 would be what? 16 would be here, right? So 15 we're going to say right in here. So we type in 0.1500. Now somebody take your handy dandy calculator and type in inverse norm 0.1500 and tell me what you get. Well, it's going to be negative 1.1 something.
Negative 1.0364.
0.36. We'll go 0.4. Okay, 1.04. So you say, you go back to your presenter and you say, okay, the 34th percentile of these ages is negative 1.04. No, you don't. Why? Because it makes no sense. Negative 1.04 is not in relation. We're going to say these are ages, okay? Negative 1.04. What is negative 1.04? How does that relate to ages? It doesn't. So you have to change it into an age. Okay? How do you do that? Oz plus mu. X is equal to Oz plus mu. Remember, this is what your age, your test score, whatever they're asking for. Test score, IQ score, whatever they're asking for, that's your X. Here is saying, okay, what's the percentile? Well, the 15th percentile is at what age? Now, the question is not asking that, but that's what I'm showing you. All right? We all know how to get the z-score. We've already done that like 2 or 3 times. If it asks for a z-score, and that's what I think they're asking here because it says raised in 2 places. They're asking for an age. There is no such thing as 32.5 years. It's 33. Okay? So, just showing you. So I'm going to plug it in. It's very important that you remember this because this is the question, and we're talking about 3 or 4 questions on the test that's going to get you. 3 or 4 times 4, that's the difference between an A and a B. All right? So Oz, that's the standard deviation, is what? 6? See, we've got a little O right there, a little sigma. Okay? Times what? Negative what? 1.04 plus 59. Somebody do that math right quick. Well, look at your table. Look at your curve thingy. What's it between? 47 and 53, a little bit shy of 53, maybe 51 or 52. So you know you're looking for what? 51 or 52. Somebody tell me what you get.
52.76.
I'm sorry, what?
52.76.
And that's ridiculous because nobody is that age, so what's your age? So at 53, the age of 53, that represents, the 53-year-old represents the 15th percentile. Now that's the 4th type question. So let's recap. You got 4 type questions. Well, 4 really. Okay? You've got the first type, which is equal to or between, I can't spell, equal to or between when your mean is equal to 0 and your standard deviation is equal to what? 1. All right? And you're finding the area or finding the z-score. All right? The second type is given the area given the z-score, or
Between the area, find the z-score.
given the, okay, I got this backwards. Okay, find the z-score, and then given the, no, find the area, sorry. This is the area. Find the area. And then, given the area, find the what? Find the z-score, meaning inverse what? Inverse norm. Okay? So that's the second type. The third type is to do the second type, the first type, with mu is equal to what? 59, and standard deviation is equal to what? 6. That's the third type. And you either find the z-score or you find the, nothing different there. And then the fourth type is when they want you to carry what you're doing here, and find what? Find X, which means find the age, find the IQ score, find the whatever that represents this area or this percentile or this percent. So that's your 4 types. It's going to make up 80% of your test. So make sure you can do 7.1 and 7.2 homework backwards and forwards. Remember, this is the easiest test of the semester, because all you have to do, for some of you in the calculator drill team, is rely on what? The calculator. All right, let me call the roll right quick. And for some of y'all that's going into convulsions, it's only 9:15, so I got plenty of time. Now you can get your laptops out and play on your laptops. Nobody will do that now.